Hello everyone, welcome to our Android Studio installation section. In this video, I'll tell you how you can download and install Android Studio. Android Studio, as I have told you in our earlier section, is the free ID that is provided by Google for Android app development. And now that we have already completed our JDK installation, which I have shown you in my previous video, we can now proceed with the Android Studio installation. I'll show you step by step how you can go and download Android Studio. So let's begin with the Android Studio installation. For that, what I'll do, I'll just go to google.com. I'll type over here Android Studio. Click on enter, and the first link which I could see from developer.android.com, that is the official site for our Android development, studio development. I'll click on that, and as you can see here, we can see the official IDE for Android. You can see here a download option is available for, since I'm telling this installation for Windows, you can see it's download Android Studio for Windows is given over here. Before proceeding with the Android Studio installation, your system should fulfill some of the basic requirements which I have already covered in my previous videos. You can just go through them, or I'll tell you from the same website, developer.android.com. If you just scroll down, you will see some system requirements. So for all the different machines or OS, it's given for Windows, Mac, Linux. So you can see the system requirements. You can download and install Android Studio in Windows 7, 8 or 10, any 32 or 64-bit machine. It requires a minimum of 3 GB RAM, but as it's recommended to use 8 GB RAM because it takes a lot of CPU usage if you start a studio simultaneously with the emulator. So it's preferred that you have a 8 GB RAM. Plus 1 GB for the Android emulator. This is what is recommended, what Google's provide. So next is a 2 GB of available disk space. So these are the system requirements. You can just go through them before you go and install your Android Studio. Now next is, you can see for the emulator, it's like Intel processor with support of Intel VTX. So these are all how you can enable and disable VTX. So this I'll anyways cover in my next coming videos. So how you can enable this VTX and you can start your emulator. So before proceeding with that, we will just first download our Android Studio. So I'll just click on this button. Here you can see there are certain terms and conditions which you need to agree before you can just go and download it. I have read and agreed with the above, and now I'll start the Android Studio installation for Windows. You can see I have got my file. I'll save, and now it has started downloading. I'll just wait for a while. So once it has downloaded, I have saved my file over here. So you can see this is the exe file. I'll just go and right click on that. I'll run as an administrator, and I'll wait for the installer to pop up and start installing. So I'll just wait for a while.